So now we can start with the meeting. Um, Maybe we can jump into the governance squad update. Gino's not available. He was one of the people that had that issue with the Google Calendar and the Discord event. So I'm going to share his update. Just wait a sec.
All right, Gino here from the governance squad. Sorry for not being present at the town hall today with the last minute time changes. I know things get a little bit weird when the US change time zones, like summer, whatever, winter time. So sorry I'm not there present. Of course, you can ask any questions on Discord or wherever you want if you have any doubts or comments regarding the releases that we're gonna show today. Okay, so first of all, real quick, I wanna remind you that 2 weeks ago we released the first release of the DAO notifications feature. This is basically a way to receive governance related notifications in the governance tab. You will see a small bell on the governance tab. If you click there, you will be able to sign a message to connect with push notification, which is a service that is powering this system, and you will start receiving proposals. You will start receiving notification regarding proposals you authored, proposals you voted on, co-author requests, and best in contract fulfillments if you just got a grant request approved, passed, and enacted by the DAO committee. This is, as I said, the first release is like a V1. We made all the heavy load of building the system and the mechanisms in place. Now it's a matter of understanding the value of the notifications as and the use cases that you wanna serve better or you wanna have notifications for. And we'll start receiving feedback on our feedback board in Kani. So it's decentraland.kani.io/governance. So feel free to leave us feedback there. As I was saying before, the best thing about this is that we use push, which is the service formerly known as Ethereum push notification service. We took a protocol first approach, and that means that you will be able to receive notifications wherever you want, or at least wherever push is supported. So you will be able to receive notifications on the push app. You will be able to receive notifications on MetaMask if you have MetaMask snaps enabled. So it's up to you where you want to consume notifications regarding the Decentraland DAO. And this is new. This is not something that we communicated in the last town hall 2 weeks ago. But the best real thing is that we are about to launch the Discord notifications. They are coming soon. So the idea is that if you link your Decentraland wallet-based profile with Discord and you enable the notifications there, you will be able to receive notifications not only in the governance tab, but also on your Discord client using the Discord notification spot. So this is something that we are working on and probably will have some news by mid/late next week. Probably we are on the testing and polishing phase. So you will hear from us real soon. Well, what else? This is what we've been working on in the last couple of days after the previous town hall. We implemented a feature that was requested by the community, specifically by Frisky Bumblebee, and it has also the support from Cheddar Queso regarding having in context details from the authors, from the people who are requesting grants. So the idea about this is that you will be able to see when a grant proposal is open and active, you will be able to see the funds that the author of the proposal previously received from the DAO. You will be able to see the project performance. So if the user got grant request, you will be able to see that. You will be able to see how the grant request went in the past, and you will also see the participation rate. If you click on that card, you will also see the details for each one of the grants. Okay, that's it. I have a 5-minute limit.
Today, I think we missed the last part, but we got the idea. So what if we continue? Okay, it was just that. Okay, this is the day, people. Technology is working like this in Discord. So okay, we can go next. I'm Fifi from the Ground Support Squad. For those who are joining for the first time today, are anyone who are joining for the first time today? We want to say hi to those. We are going to share our report from our last 6 months, and then we are going to have DCL Edit and Blockchain Social with their updates. Charasita, do you want to go first?
Let me know if you can hear me now, please.
I can hear you. How are you?
Yay! Oh yeah, Discord's a bitch, but yeah, I'm here. Sorry for that, guys. But yeah, I was basically saying that we were having our yeah, our first town hall for the month of November, and that we're going through our regular agenda. So that was all. I'll pass it again to you, Fifi.
Okay, thank you very much. I don't know if Charasita is there and she can speak. Otherwise, oh, there. I wanna listen to you, Gia, because I'm not hearing, just to double check.
Yeah, I'm not hearing her either.
Well, it happened to me the last town hall, and I have to do some configuration changes.
Yeah, I just left the Discord and restarted it, and well, it's working. So maybe she can do the same, and in the meanwhile, maybe Risk can give the DAO committee updates, if that's okay.
That would be great. That would be great. Let's do
Good,
that.
good, good morning. You hear me?
Okay,
Or
we can
same
hear you,
others?
and that's
Perfect.
awesome.
Very good. Very good. Thanks for Gino for this great presentation. And regarding the DAO committee, we just have a few updates for the first 10 days of November. Not much to have, but regarding grants, we just have for this month one grant got passed, while seven got rejected. And from previous grant, we just have one revoked by revocation committee, while we have 2 point of interest was removed. And beside, we already sent transaction of 1 million mana to our mimic address for the daily portion small sales. And we made all payments of the DAO committee, revocation committee, and wearable curation committee. And regarding government's proposal for the last 10 days only, we had two government's proposal passed. The financial reporting for Decentraland grant project and to promote DCL names as an alternative cryptocurrency wallet address. So that's all for November so far, and I guess we will have more by the end of the month. And that's it. Back to you, Fas.
Thanks a lot, Risk. Always really
Thank you.
complete updates. So
Thank
I
you.
guess we now can jump into the Grand Support Squad updates. I'll pass it to you again.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, so now let's see if it doesn't break if I share my screen. There.
Waiting.
Can
Yep.
you see it?
Nope.
Awesome. And can you hear me also?
We can hear you, but I can't see your screen. What about the rest of the community members? Okay. Can Wolf can see rest of you?
Not yet. A ver, there.
I can try. Let me try. And you stop presenting the presentation, and I will try to
Can you see the
just
presentation
share.
though?
No,
A ver, let me stop sharing.
I will try. There. Is that the one? Austin is doing well as well.
Yes, I'm doing the same.
I can
Yeah,
see your
no,
screen, Fifi.
that's the old one, Fee. Let me share with you.
I am sharing in the screen.
Sino has.
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Sino. All right, so this is Gia or Yararacita from the Grand Support Squad. And today it's very special update because we are going to give the review of the last 6 months. And we're going to be able to share with you some insights. This is something that we do always when we are finishing our grant. And we recap on the learnings of the last period. So if you go to the next one, Zeno, first we are going to share some impact metrics from this grant. And let's go to the next one. We are going to divide these impact metrics into our three main goals. So for goal number one, which is to support the grantees, we have onboarded 100% of our grantees. This means that every person that had received a grant, we have gathered with them and gave them everything they needed to start their grant. Then we also provided more than 720 hours of support in the last 5 months. This is counting from May until October. We are still going through the last month, so this is why this is like a cut from the first five. Then regarding blog posts, what we do is we share all the advancements of the awesome projects that the grants program has. So during this time, we have done 7 articles about the grantees that we have. And the 20 besides it, it's the total of articles that we have produced so far. Then for this period, we have held 19 testing sessions. And we have also provided solutions for 60 blockers and requests, which adds a 128 total so far. Now, regarding the second goal, which is to foster transparency in the grants ecosystem, following our roadmap, 100% of the grantees have a public roadmap created. And also, we started implementing the updates to make this process transparent. So they are all updated also. Then we have documented the processes of the grant support squad. So far, we are really proud of document and publish 16 of these. And these are step-by-step guides on how we proceed with each of the activities that we do, also to provide transparency to the community on how we do what we do. Then outside of the roadmap, we have also added the publication of the testing sessions roadmap. So this is like a document where you can see all the testing sessions that have been held and also the ones that are already set for the future. And last, we have also added, outside of the scope of this grant, but we did it because we have heard the community on the interest of making the grantees' concerns public. So we did this in a Notion page with status updates for accountability and transparency. And then for our third goal, which is to guarantee an efficient use of the community treasury, 25 of cases generated and closed through our formal request. This means that we have received them, reviewed them, analyzed them, and closed them. 11 of them were closed by the grant support squad for lack of objective arguments. 5 of those cases have been elevated to the revocations committee. The other ones are still being analyzed. And we have recovered for this 6-month period. We're still missing one more month, but we have recovered to the DAO Treasury $291,330,000. Then regarding the idea of making a better grants program, we have added for this last grant for the idea of sending onboarding kits for brand awareness and warm welcome during this period. So during these 6 months, we have sent 45 of them. So if you are a grantee and you receive them, let us know. And then also we have added 9 pull requests into the documentation of Decentraland, updating the grants program. And besides the roadmap, we have also added 11 governance proposals. These are things that we haven't had in mind, but based on the community needs and what the grantees needed, we have published them and went through them. And then also we created a sensitive data handling policy. And this has been created because when sending the onboarding kits, we had to ask for sensitive information, which is addresses of the grantees. So before asking for that data, we created a sensitive data handling policy so we can handle that data end-to-end encrypted with a form that it's also end-to-end encrypted specifically for this procedure. Now, besides the impact of our grant, we would like to share with you some impacts of the grants program. And we're really proud to share this because in the last framework that we have added to the grants program, we have added the ask of for the grantees or the prospect grantees to provide insights on the KPIs of their grant. And these are based on a category basis. So, since the framework passed, only 9 grants had finished so far, which means that it's a very little population, but it starts to give us some insights on the impact that the grants program has in the Decentraland ecosystem. So, regarding this, we have had 5 platform grants that have finished. The DAO has invested in them $188,000. And this has given us 4 contributions to Decentraland's main repository, 11 apps deployed. This is a Catalyst, add-ons, VR client, smart contracts auditor, and also DCL Studios. Then also 11.6 thousand unique visitors, 21.4K page views, 14 project submissions, 141 applications from studios on the new project listings, which is very cool because it's the first time that we can measure all the grants of one category and try to measure how the grants program adds value to Decentraland. Then in world content, there have been 2 grants that have finished during this period. The DAO invested in them $3,000. 2 events have been held, 357 attendees to those events. From those, 350 are unique users, which is awesome. And then 374 wearables have been claimed during these in-world content sessions. And last, we have social media content. 2 grants have finished during this period. The DAO has invested $5,025 and 8 pieces have been produced. Between them, we have a landing page, videos, blog posts, 5 Twitter spaces, and an in-world tour. We have had 535 interactions, 7,000 reproductions on Twitter, 237 views on YouTube. So this is great. We are really proud of starting to measure the impacts, and we want to continue doing this in the future. And then also for this presentation, we wanted to give you feedback from grantees. So once every grant finishes their grant and the vesting contract ends, we ask them a few questions that helps us drive our roadmap for the near future. So when we ask the grantees what do they learn from their grants, 60% have shown that they have learned technical needs, and 48% of them they have shown to learn about the Decentraland ecosystem. This is a really good metric because these are the future developers of the DAO. So as we see it, we first invest in projects that starts to get to know how to, for example, work with our SDK or interact with our community so they can provide more value. But also, as we see it, these first, like the learning curve, it's steep at first. But once they understand how to use our technology, they can also do it faster and better and share that knowledge with others in the future. So these percentages are really good. When we say 60% and 48%, it's not like a total of 100, but among those answers, we have seen that some have talked about the technical needs, others have talked about the Decentraland ecosystem, but some of them have portrayed both on their responses. So that is why these numbers are here. It's not like a one single response, but we are trying to bring as much knowledge as we can. So these answers, most of them are open questions. Then regarding what changes from their grants since the initial proposals until they finished, 52% of them had reported that they had broadened their scope, most of them because they understand that what they have proposed sometimes can, for a little bit more or for doing an extra mile, they can bring a lot more value to the community. Our grant is one good example of that. We start our grants with a specific roadmap, but once it starts going, we understand that there are other things that we can improve with small efforts. So that's why we broaden the scope of our roadmaps to do it better or to provide more value. So this is not only from us, but apparently like 52% of the grantees broadened their scope, and 17% reported that they had changed the technology they used. And this is also based on experience. Then regarding what had helped them thrive, 30% had reported that the Decentraland Foundation was a good help, and other 30 had reported that the Grant Support Squad was. Then how can we make a better grants program? 26% said that nothing, or that they were okay with the program as it was. 21% of them asked for better promotion support, and 13% asked that we could do a better grants program if we mitigate community toxicity. And I would expand a little bit more at that later. And then last, when we asked them how would they rate the Decentraland DAO Grants program, the median is 4.5 out of 5, which is pretty good and gives us also room for improvement. Now, from all this, we would like to share 5 learnings from this grant. The first one, or the most important one, is that providing transparency is not enough. The community had shown concerns about accountability of grants, so we have put efforts on making the raising of concerns about grantees, for example, more transparent. And for the future, we have changed our goal towards transparency to be transparency and accountability, to focus our efforts and comply with the opening of our current processes, and also providing detail of each stage during the grants journey and continue applying it in the near future. So the idea is that when we said first that our goal was to provide transparency, we are also changing that goal to provide transparency and accountability, and start putting like a big focus on that too. Now, the second learning is that promotion can be improved. As I shared, 21% of the grantees who completed the end of grant report during this period have mentioned that we can improve promotion support to make a better grants program. So in the future, we would like to add a request promotion button on the grants landing page as a resource for grantees. This is because most of the time when grantees ask for request is on our monthly check-ins. So what we want to give them is a space where they can make promotion requests besides those monthly check-ins, but do it on demand based on the needs of their roadmap, or if they have something that we can improve in between those check-ins. Now, for learning number 3, we would like to share also that technical advisorships are needed. So one of the most recurrent feedback was that our team should enhance the technical experience on the Grant Support Squad. So we would like to create a board of experts to evaluate more objectively the feasibility and health of technical projects. So when we are analyzing specifically technical projects, depending on the project and depending on the technological stack that they are using, we can ask for help from an expert in that matter that can either help us understand either the feasibility or the health, depending on the space of the roadmap that they are in. Then learning number 4, and we have only 2 left, is that opening spaces for showcasing grants projects are valuable for quality purposes. So we are doing these testing sessions for a time now, and they have proven to be great spaces for the community to interact, for grants also to detect bugs on time, and also for promoting their projects. But also to identify concerns that led to revocation processes. So these testing sessions, it's incredible how people not only gather, but also we can have very different inputs from those. So we will continue opening spaces for grantees to showcase their projects and to share their advancements, such as testing sessions, blog posts, and town hall spaces. And the last learning that we like to share with you is that we need to mitigate toxicity. So one of the most mentioned pains in the grants program is how scrutiny of the community members add load to the grantees' work. And we would like to work on governance proposals that can foster a healthier selection process that takes into account criteria for better quality of grants, also clarity on their roadmaps when they start, and avoiding whale passing projects, mitigating toxicity in the ecosystem. And I would like to share a quote from a grantee that during their end of grant report had shared the following. They said, "It's already hard enough to build, meet the deadlines, generate revenue streams, etc. in Decentraland. Grantees shouldn't have to also endure personal attacks and stress from trolls." And this is a very specific point because, and it's hard for us to tackle because this exceeds the grants program, but it's of the DAO. But we have started conversations with people from the governance squad, also with people from the facilitation squad, and we would like to be active to work on governance proposals that help us mitigate this. So that is all for this last period. We would like to let you know that we have posted our renewal, and for us it's really important that you can go there, discuss, share inputs. We are always welcome for constructive feedback, and that would be it.
Thanks a lot, Gia, for that update. Thanks a lot to the Grant Support Squad for such a clear presentation and with all those insights and learnings.
Thank you.
And no, thanks to you, Fifi. And well, it's
Well,
been
we have,
yeah. Sorry,
yeah,
go ahead. I was going to say yeah.
no, please make a comment. I just wanted to follow with the grantees' presentations, but you want to say something?
Yep, that.
Okay, so thank you everyone for listening our report. We are super proud of the work we have done this year. Has been very challenging, but we are super happy to support and think new proposal for all of you. Here are our new renewal where you can explore all our new proposal for the following month and join to discussions. So thank you everyone for the positive feedback there. And okay, I will move on to our grantee from today. Please let me know if you can hear it everything because you know Discord is not my friend, but so you can see my screen. I will check the audio of the video and let me know if that is working.
Yep, we can see it, but at least I can
We
see
are
it.
about to release a new version of DCL
Can you hear it?
This is a special version of DCL because we are now supporting the SDK 7 of Decentraland. In case you don't know what DCL is, it is a scene editor for the Decentraland SDK, and now the SDK 7 to be specific. One of the new features of DCL is it does actually look more like Decentraland. So we have the Decentraland skybox. Also, models are now more like you would see them in Decentraland. Okay, let's make a scene. First, we click on File, New Scene. Now we can add some builder assets. Down here, go to any folder you like. I'm going to go into Genesis City and I'm going to select a ground. Let's place it in the middle. Also, I am going to select a structure. So let's take this fair kiosk, drag it in. Now I will hit Ctrl S to save my scene, and I'm going to save it under assets, and I already have a folder called scenes. This is where I place my scene, and I am going to call this scene my scene. Hit enter, and we have saved our scene. Now in the index.ts file, I have removed most of the boilerplate. Instead, I have imported the scene factory from .dceledit build scripts scenes. This is where Decentraland will save its SDK7 code, so we can access it using the scene factory. We do that by typing scene factory dot create and then the scene name, in our case create main scene. Now let's hit save and let's take a look at the scene. And here we are in the Decentraland preview, and we can see the exact scene we've just built in Decentraland. Now let's try to rotate this kiosk. For that, we need to first expose this in Decentraland. In our scene, click on the kiosk and hit the is exposed check mark and save the scene. Now back in our code, we can assign the result of our create my scene function to a variable. So let's write let scene equal to. And now we can use the autocomplete function to take a look at what scene will hold. So in scene there is the fair kiosk that we just exposed, and there is also a root entity. Both of them are entities in the sense of an SDK7 entity, and we can use them as such. So let's get the kiosk rotating. First of all, we need two more imports. We need the engine, the transform, as well as the quaternion. Now for the actual rotation, we are going to add a system. And in here we can find the transform mutable from our fair kiosk that we just exposed and apply a rotation based on our delta time. And in our scene preview window, we can see the kiosk is actually rotating. We can also define custom components. Let's do that by first creating a file. Let's call it rotateComponents.ts, and in here let's paste the basic code for a rotate component. We also need to import the engine as well as the schemas. Just to quickly go over what is happening here, we are defining a component, we're calling it rotate, and it has a spinning boolean parameter as well as a speed parameter. Now let's move the system in here as well. Okay, what I've done here is I've changed the rotate system to get all the entities that have the rotate component. Then we are going over all of them, and if we should be spinning, we can just do what we just did before. Now we also need to add the rotate system to our engine. So let's type engine, add system, and we can use the rotate system. Next thing to do, we want to go into Decentraland, select the kiosk, add component, and under custom we will find the rotate component. In here we can select it should be spinning, and it should be spinning by 90 degrees per second. Let's hit save. And in the scene preview we can see that the kiosk is still spinning, but now using a component. The cool thing is we can now modify the rotation behavior directly in Decentraland. For example, if we want to spin the other way, we can just type -90, hit save, and in the preview we will see the kiosk is now spinning the other way around. One problem though is that if I try to write 12.5, it just rounds it down to 12. And that is because the speed has a type of int. We want to change this to float, so it can also take floating point values. and now we can just type 12.5 and this works fine. Okay, let's talk about the future of DCellEdit. As you might know, currently you need to start DCellEdit using a terminal command, but we don't want to add a Visual Studio Code extension similar to the Decentraland editor, where you can just push a button to start DCellEdit. We also want to make modeling much easier. Namely, we want to make it way easier to import models, to update them automatically and see changes in the model instantly. Also, a big upcoming feature is going to be the no-code UI editor, where we can build a UI using a graphical user interface instead of needing to write HTML code. And that's it for the update. I hope you enjoyed. We are
Okay, that was DCL Edit. They are going to have a testing Tuesday on the 21st of November that you are all invited to participate. Actually, we have our monthly meeting with the team, and they have done a lot much progress than they have shown today. So I'm super proud of this team. I don't know if you have any questions for them. I will just leave you here their proposal, and also you can contact the team in Discord to get to know more about the team. Okay, to end our section, I'm going to share my screen to show you the next one, that it's blockchain social. Okay, let me know if you can see my screen and hear the video.
Hi everyone. Today I will be providing an update on our team's progress. Let's get started. Blockchain Social has published over 30 blog articles covering an array of topics that are focused on the wonders of Decentraland. Articles include features in Decentraland such as smart wearables and the most 2.0, VRM's update, Decentraland Worlds, and our favorite monthly recap videos. Our most recent article includes a feature of the amazing Shelly Van from the True Band Room and her efforts in revolutionizing the virtual music scene, and a little about herself and how she came into Decentraland. Our October monthly recap videos talk about all the Halloween festivities that occurred over the month, providing a sort of repository capturing unique events that occur in Decentraland. Next, the Blockchain Social team has created multiple engaging posts covering an array of topics, such as exciting wearables that hit the marketplace, fun engaging videos with community members in Decentraland. Our efforts with this is to provide visibility of all the exciting possibilities that can occur when you enter Decentraland with the wonderful community members. Blockchain Social also crafts posts and tailors them into LinkedIn platform to provide visibility to a different audience, as well as leverage platforms such as TikTok and the X platform. Our steadfast goal is to bridge boundaries and bring the world's many ideas together into one cohesive environment. We present our content to entice users to join Decentraland, but as well as to ignite creators' passion, enhance artists' artistry, and empower developers' innovation, all inside our vibrant and beautiful community. Our team also uses Instagram stories to capture highlights in Decentraland in a specific category. This permits users to check out specific stories such as of the Sisterhood of the Transferring Pants, blog articles we created, Web3 definitions, and monthly recap videos. Lastly, our team crafts and generates engaging videos to really highlight the various events that occurs in Decentraland, such as Eats at the True Band Room with Mafia Mondays, on Mondays with Mr. Dingia and the Decentraland Worlds events. We enjoy creating this video because of how much fun it is, and also an attempt at potential negative rhetoric that may exist surrounding Decentraland and the metaverse in general. This wraps up our Town Hall update. Please reach out to us anytime if you have any questions or concerns. Hope you all have a great weekend, and until next time.
Hey, that was Blockchain Social. Here is the proposal. Of course, you can contact the teams and ask them question or provide feedback on their proposal or Discord. And that's it from our side. Thank you, Fede. Thank you, everyone, for listening today.
Thanks, Fifi, for those awesome updates and for the presentation that you've shared. And yeah, I believe we can pass it to Mariana from the Revocations Committee for a quick update.
Hey, Fez. You can hear me, right?
Yep,
Oh,
perfect.
great. Hey, everyone. Well, it's been a pretty busy month for the committee. Since October 13th, we've had 3 cases that we've revoked and closed. On October 13th was the Biennale. Dual Arena was on October 21st, and then Beat Truckers on November 3rd. Right now, we are analyzing the continuum of entertainment and education grant. We just started this week, so this will be moving into next week as well as we go through our work and communicate with the grantee. But always, you can find these updates and posts to the forum in our public chat in the Discord channel. And then if anyone has any questions, feel free to post in the channel and we'll get back to you. But that's all that I have. Thank you, Fez.
Thanks a lot, Mariana, and very much needed those updates. So yep, thanks for joining.
Thank you.
And I believe this messy meeting is coming to an end. So just wanted to reinforce first the idea, well, not the idea, the thing that Lorelike has shared a couple of minutes ago regarding the safeguarding measures working group. So maybe you can send everything again, Lorelike, for everyone to be aware. And with that said, now we can finally jump into our facilitation squad updates. And I'm trying to be as quick as possible, as fast as possible. And the first thing that I wanted to share is that regarding the RFI, the request for information procedure that we have with the foundation, we are having only 3 days left for submitting questionnaires. So I'm going to share the link for you all to have the opportunity to send questionnaires to the foundation. Also, we are waiting to receive in a couple of days the responses from the foundation for the last round, for the second round of requests for information. So if you want to revisit those questionnaires while we wait for the responses, here you can find them. Another thing that I wanted to mention is that next Monday we are having another onboarding session. So for the ones that are not aware and for the new joiners, we are having onboarding sessions on a bi-weekly basis on Mondays, most of the time. And well, we basically talk about Decentraland as a whole, about the DAO, and we share some like specific. We share some recommendations for starting to engage with the DAO. So related to that, also I wanted to share the onboarding materials that we are using in those meetings. Some of the people that joined to those meetings asked us to share the materials to make them public, and we thought it was right, it was okay, and we were really happy that the people was asking that. So we just dropped them in our facilitation corner in an onboarding section, and now you have access to, I believe, our 4 or 5 PPTs with just like an overall about Decentraland DAO, grant requests, governance process. So yeah, if you have the time, please check it out, and please give us feedback on the different presentations, and if you think we should add something or remove something from those presentations. Other thing that I wanted to mention, I don't know if you noticed that, but we restructured the Discord and the forums. We kind of like reshuffled the channels, archived some of them, and we set up the Discord onboarding feature. So now new joiners go through an onboarding process when they join the Discord server, and first they have to check the rules, and then they have to introduce themselves, then they have to yeah, basically it's a step-by-step mechanism for the new joiners to start engaging with the DAO. And another thing, well, it's about the strategic planning session that we had a couple of days ago, and basically what I want to share is that the recording is available on our YouTube channel, and we're currently working on the summary and some follow-ups and some possible pathways to address the issues that we've discussed. Another thing that I wanted to call out is that you can visit our Discord channel, our YouTube channel, and you will see like a lot of materials that we recently uploaded. Most of those materials were created by Sinful, for onboarding people to the DAO and to Decentraland. So please check them out and share them in social media. And that will be pretty much all for operations. And for strategic comms, Natalie couldn't be here because of a medical appointment, but just wanted to share with you that we're having another Brick by Brick Builders Club session next Monday with Bay about the music festival, so you're all invited to be part of that. We're also having some Twitter spaces in the next weeks, and in 2 weeks from now, on the 30th, we're going to host a Marketing 101 open session with the foundation, so you're also invited to be part of that. And last but not least, as many of you already know, after an internal restructuring, we hired a new moderator. So just wanted to give a warm welcome to eBay, to the team. So please say hello to him in the chat or in other channels. But yeah, eBay is joining our team as a new moderator. He's going to help us, help me and Cannawolf with the whole moderation stuff. So now that's all for our updates, and I believe we can jump into the open forum section. So if anyone wants to say something, share some thoughts, ask questions to other community members, to the squads, to the committees, this is the moment. If you want to speak, please raise your hand, and I'll invite you as speakers to the stage. I'll give a couple of more seconds. And sorry again for the mess during this meeting, and for the audio problems and for the streaming problems. But well, Discord has been a bitch lately, so yeah, sorry about that and about the scheduling thing. Okay, it seems that no one has anything to ask, so we can wrap up this meeting. We are going to upload this meeting to the YouTube channel. I believe Can Wolf is also helping me with the recording because it was also a mess. So yeah, that will be pretty much all. Thanks everyone for joining. I leave the stage open for 1 or 2 more minutes in case you want to discuss in the chat. But yeah, that will be all. So thanks everyone for joining.